Hello and welcome to Read. My name is Alberto. Over the past few months, we have received over and over again the same questions, and so we thought it might make sense to share them with a wider audience. Today, we want to talk about the beginnings of Read and how the whole project started. Joining me is my friend and business partner, Oliver, and without further ado, let's jump right into it. Oliver and I have known each other for some time now, and it's been exactly 2 years to the month when I reached out to him to catch up. It was then when Oliver asked me if I was aware of this US student debt crisis.
Yes, I indeed did. It has to be said that both of us never have dealt with student loans before, so what's a new topic for both of us, since it's not the kind of thing that may in Switzerland. But I recall the moment when we jointly looked at the numbers and immediately knew that something is out of whack. The moment where we decided to do some reading and catch up on it again. One of the first things we looked at was the development of the total student debt amount. We found that the price increase past 20 years is incredible. Way higher than the average price inflation. It is obvious that the situation was, and for that matter still is, worsening year on year. What we also found is that the age of student debt holders above the age of 40 will be increased.
And I want to put that in a little bit of context. So we realized that most high school graduates are hopping onto the college train, since they're told that's the way to go. And on the face of it, that seems to be reasonable. I mean, after all, if you have a university education, this is perceived conditional for many jobs in many industries. However, I think it's difficult to explain the student debt increase by the number of enrollments, which as a matter of fact has actually declined since 2012.
Yeah, and on the top of what you just said, it seemed difficult to assess, and for that matter still is, whether the price tag for a degree is worth it. Especially since tuition costs have skyrocketed and 70% have to take out loans.
Looking at default rates, we can see that they have steadily increased until 2012. And have been hovering just above the 11% mark ever since. By the way, in one of our next videos, we'll be looking at default rates in more detail. And just to tickle your interest, we believe that if you set the right incentives, it's possible for default rates to come down a lot. But more to that next time.
We subsequently analyzed this debt versus income. There is a broad applied rule of thumb that if your debt doesn't exceed your first year's salary, you should be able to repay reasonably quickly. This rule is indeed a good starting point. It's a rather quick and dirty approach. Important to consider is where you live. And just to give you an example, a 50K income might work well in, say, El Paso, but not so much in New York. Also, your income perspectives over the next couple of years are key to determine your ability to pay back. In our view, none of the federal repayment plans or private refinancing possibilities take that sufficiently into consideration. That includes the income-driven repayment plans as well as the income agreements.
We looked at many more statistics. Our conclusion was that not only the financing aspects of higher education in the US are dysfunctional, but also that the incentives between borrowers and lenders are misaligned. So after a few weeks of preliminary research, we decided to move forward and do something about it. We founded Read because we believe the current refinancing solutions in the market are not helping the situation. We're sure our outsider view brings a fresh perspective to this emotionally loaded topic. And this is how READ came about. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please also check out our other videos and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, follow us on Twitter, or visit our website. In our next videos, we will dive into more details and give you further insights on how we understand the challenges in the student loan market and how we address them with our solution. Thanks again for watching and see you next time.